I'll edit this out. Jacob Bullard.
Mr. Polito, nice to meet you.
Welcome back. I know it's been a long time since I've done anything on here. And had some technical difficulties. Had to fix the stabilizer and get another microphone to kind of help out with audio. And for the first video back, it looks like we're going to have Mr. Bullard back on. And I know I have a lot of people that are wanting to get on the videos. I'm trying to schedule the dates and stuff for that, but that's, you know, working with schedules and people's availability. But Mr. Bullard here is available today, so we're gonna have him back on a video. And but first, let me get you a glass of water, man.
All right, I'll take a glass of water.
And feel free to let us know what you've been up to.
Well, I started a job at a fireworks stand. And I've just been busy. Well, trying to keep myself busy and stuff like that. Been training, been working out. Same old, basically. It's been okay. Nothing too spectacular has happened to me, or, you know, anything.
Been staying busy, Mr. Bullard?
I've been trying to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 4th of July coming up. You doing anything for that?
Probably not.
I hear you. Well, Monday's Memorial Day. You're not doing anything this weekend either?
No.
Just kicking it back, huh?
Yeah, basically.
That's good. Here is some water, my friend.
Thank you.
We got our water, and this time I came prepared with a few things written down, or not written down, but typed down, as far as what we should go over. So, some good water. Right. Let's see here, man. You know what? This is a great idea, actually. You and I, what we will do today is we're gonna discuss music.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
How do you feel about that, Mr. Bullard?
I like that.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get some stuff that I'm clearly poorly prepared for, but you know, we make do with what we have. So we got a red and blue pen, my notebook, and let's start talking about some music here. I'll let you be blue, I'll be red, and we're just gonna start going over some music taste, okay? Right. So, because if I were to ask you right now, off the top of your head, would you be able to give me like a top 10 for you?
Top 10? Yeah. Probably not right off the top of my head, no.
Right. Let's see here.
I don't even think I have a number one artist, honestly.
Really?
I really haven't thought about that.
So...
That's weird.
Alright. So we'll go with number 1. Now, I'm going to have my Spotify open for this because I'm not really going to be able to remember all of them, but...
Same here, same here.
Anywho, I think it's safe to say I already know who like my number 1 is.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and go with. Have you can't think of anyone that maybe like longevity, consistent, and like you've probably listened to for a lot of your life, and could claim is like you would listen to them every day. And if not, let's see, you could break it up into, I don't know.
I could say this artist I could listen to every day, because I do.
Okay, well, I'll let you go write it first in blue, right there, number 1.
Hold up.
And for most people who know me, they're going to know who my number 1 is too. Dang. That is a crazy take, man. You took a screenshot, bro.
Oh, that was an accident.
Wow. Okay. We're going to go ahead and dish out the top 5 spots and we'll discuss them further.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then we'll go into top 10.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, you have a 2?
I do have a 2.
All right, you go right ahead. I also know my number 2.
Man. You know,
This is going to be good.
it's like, I don't know, it's just like I had it and then I lost it.
Hey man, no judgment,
weird.
no shame. We're all entitled to our own music opinions. I understand. And I'm beyond and past my days of arguing about music. It's the more we've progressed further as a society, the more that I've realized that, you know, people's music taste is nothing to even be concerned about because it's so bad.
Very true.
And I'm at a point where it's like, I think the only person with good music taste is me. And you know, that's a good thing to keep in mind. So I'm always right about music. That's just how I am, you know. Wow. Some interesting takes, man. Okay, so I'll let you go ahead and put a 3. You gotta go ahead and get
that's
ready.
a good one right there.
Go ahead and start. Let's get this going. You got an interesting top 3 already. Now, of course, you know, obviously, like if we have a similar, you don't have to avoid writing one that I've written down. You know, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That is crazy. Oh my gosh.
I like his music.
Hey man, that's good for you.
Like, he may have been like, kind of fell off, but like, back in 2017, 2018,
It was a golden era.
that was a golden
It
era.
was. I remember that. Man, honestly, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put just consistent. Listen to him for a long time. Go ahead and put your 4. Let me see if I can go ahead and find.
No, I did put this 2 spots less than yours, but
That's fine. I mean,
it's fine.
I'm glad it just made the top 5. Dang, now I got to put my 4. I wasn't really ready for this either. That's
I
why
know
we're here.
I know my number 5 is.
Really, already? Okay. You can go ahead and write yours if you want. This water is heaven sent. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this. I really like.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Wow. This is interesting, man. For my number 5 spot, we're gonna have to break this down. I'm gonna go ahead and put, you know, probably. I don't want to leave him off the list. I really would like to put this guy on here. And you know, as we progress into discussing the rest of the list, we might, you know, end up moving slots and stuff. So
Understandable.
let's see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and show what we have. Let's see if people can see this. There is the top 10. Mine is in red. His is in blue. And we'll go ahead and go over them. So for your number 1 spot,
I picked
you
Lucky.
put Dead Boy Life himself.
Lucky Camel Jr., the man.
Really?
Yeah.
So now I went about this list as far as like choosing for like of all time personally, and I
Well,
assume that's you as well.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome. Personally.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about it like, oh, who has the best career?
Yeah. No. Just opinion wise.
Yeah.
So you went with Lucky, man. So let me ask you about Lucky.
Okay.
When was the first time, if you can remember, like you heard
The first time I ever listened to Lucky was, I think, in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think the first song I ever listened to was, I think, Sunset.
Really?
Yeah.
The big old popular one.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
And then I just went deep and down the rabbit hole, listened to X,
Oh yeah.
listened to all his, I guess, 2015 discography. It was something else. I really like Sex, Money, and Drugs. It's a good one. And he's coming up with a Gemini season soon.
He is, man. That is crazy. So you picked an artist that you found in 2022 as your number one. I respect it. And, as a Lucky fan myself, that is an honorable mention, I will say. He isn't in my top 5, but I think, I don't know, he might be in my top 10, but he is talented. I know he caught a wave and he's been riding it lately. A lot of people are...
Yeah, TikTok has really grown him.
He's pretty mainstream. I like, but yeah, Lucky's a good choice, man. Yeah, he makes good music for sure. That's and
What's your number one?
As far as my number one, if most everyone knows this, but I gotta go with Drake.
Six God himself.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I grew up listening to the guy. I probably heard him for the first time when I was like 10, something like that, probably younger. And just grew up listening to him, and every song I've ever listened to him really listened to about him is it's always been consistently good for the years that I've listened to him. From a little kid up into a teenager, up until I guess now I'd be considered a young adult, unfortunately. But I gotta go with Drake. And I'm just going to leave it right at that as far as him being my number one. So, number 2, man. Wow. Go ahead and let's...
I put TV Girl as my number 2, which is a pretty, I'd say, respectable pick.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. I started listening to them back in COVID.
Uh-huh.
And...
Get some water, man. Tell them what your thoughts are.
And, him in general... It's just I relate to most of the music, even though some of the music is kind of out there. He's kind of very mainstream now, but...
Yeah. TV Girl. That's crazy, man. I respect that, though.
At one point, Not Allowed was my favorite song. And it's not no more, but...
Huh. I never got too much into TV Girl. I was kind of repressed with how much I guess everyone was listening to him, and I knew that I don't know, it's good music. It's just I feel I see a lot as far as my experience with music of people making the same kind of music as that, but definitely talented, definitely respectable to be in that spot. I know they make great music and stuff like that, so I've heard a few of the songs. That's great. And of course, so that's good. Good pick. Mine had to go with Gus, aka Lil Peep. That is a very controversial pick there.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I like to think so. And I know he made your top 5, so I went with him there because just the relatability, I hope that's the word, the relatability towards him. Of course, rest in peace. I know he passed away. And I've listened to him basically since he's been making music. I think maybe the first time I heard his music was probably back in 2016, I'd have to say. Those times, some of those lowest and darkest times, he was always there, kind of giving us something to relate to and stuff like that. So he's up there just because of the significance that he, was able to give me a little more insight into different things in life and stuff like that. So he was a very impactful artist on my life, at least. That's why he's my number 2. So that's cool. But number 3, now that one was a curveball. I'm not gonna lie, man. I wasn't ready for that. So you put...
I put Lil Pump. And the reason behind the Lil Pump thing is I used to be fascinated with the Gucci Gang song. And I would always play it. I love the fact in the music video he was walking with a tiger. That was my favorite part of the music video. Mm-hmm. Loved his music. And I could say that Smoke Perp is a pretty good artist too. Yeah. Smoke Perp and Lil Peep back in 2018 were in everybody's playlist, was on the party mix. Everybody listened to them.
Smoke Perp and Lil Pump, you mean?
Yeah, my bad.
Just making sure.
Yeah, but they were on all the party mixes and everything.
Yeah. No, look, solid choice. The Impact, you know, again, he was someone who came in on a really big wave too, because that video that you're talking about was a really good video too. I've actually gone back and watched that a few times, even now. Not too long ago, I rewatched it because it is a good video, you know. It's got good energy, good vibes on it. It's kind of like a, you know, just a Lil Pump video, and it's, you know, a catchy song.
It's sketty.
Yeah.
That music video was pretty good too.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice.
It's a great time.
Yeah, you're not lying there. I remember the era he was running the world, and you know, I listened to some of his newer albums that he dropped and stuff like that.
Are you a big fan of mumble rappers or no?
I have nothing against him. I listened to a few of them. Okay. So I know I listened to his new album like all the way through. So you know, I still give him a chance here and there. I'm definitely not a hater of him. I mean, but I will sit here and admit that, you know, when you're talking about a talent, you know,
he wasn't talented.
He's never been talented. Yeah. It's just he knew what caught people's attention.
Yeah,
and stuff
he
like
ran
that.
the industry. He wasn't talented at all.
Yeah. So, just stop clicking that pen. And then for my number 3, go away, Stella. For my number 3, I had to go with Jonathan Lean Dewar, aka Young Lean. It's kind of the same feelings towards him as Lil Peep, as far as the impact and stuff like that. He makes very, you know, I guess the best way for me to describe it is like strange and abnormal beats. And I really like the music and instrumentals he puts into his songs, and his lyrics are just like there's like no correlation between like the words he says. It's kind of weird, and it's just a very like you'll sit there and be like, what is he even talking about for a second? But like when it's all brought together towards the end of the song, it's when you like really enjoy it. And I'd say I haven't discussed favorite songs by these artists, but I would like to put out there that my favorite song by Young Lean is Sauron. Sauron. It's a character from like Game of Thrones or something like that. Sauron.
I think it's Sauron. What is Sauron?
Sauron. Favorite
from
song.
Harry Potter or something.
No, it's like one of those TV series. I know that.
Sauron.
But great song. Definitely listen to that. The music in it is just so just out of this world. You know, what is it? I guess euphoric would be the word I would use to describe it. Great song. But yeah, he's my number 3. You know. Poison Ivy, favorite album by him for sure. Great songs. So, and you know, he's been around for a while too. Everyone knows the song Genshin Strip 2000 something. But
yeah, I remember it.
But yeah, so now go to number 4.
I also put Lil Peep, but I put it at the 4 spot.
Yep.
I remember Raul was one of the first people to show me Lil Peep, and he kind of took me into the deeper web of Lil Peep. Because I was in like the, I don't know, tip of the iceberg, basically. Yeah. But now, that's resulted in me liking Lil Tracy also.
Oh yeah, they're a great combination for sure. That's good, yeah. I think, you know, you got, as far as that genre of music goes, it's more of like a gothic, emo, rap and stuff like that. And then also like the sad parts and stuff like that. But I'm definitely gonna, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I think the combination between Peep and Tracy is a better combination than Suicide Boys. It's a better combination than City Morgue. Like, those people where they relate in the music right there, I'm always gonna put them above them. You know, again, I have nothing against City Morgue and Suicide Boys. I listen to both of them.
But like with Suicide Boys,
yeah,
you can relate to their music, it's just, I'm not a big fan of one person, you know?
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you know, we got what is it, Ruby
and Scrim.
Yeah, Ruby.
I'm not a big fan of Scrim.
You know, from what I've heard, a lot of people aren't either. Everyone's kind of just listening to a Suicide Boys song for Ruby. Yeah. And I'm in this. I agree. I think Ruby's the only good one. You know. And then honestly, City Morgue, I feel the same way. Zillakami. I don't even know the other guy's name. So like, Zillakami's the only person I go to listen to their songs for. And with Lil Peep and Tracy, you go to listen to both of them. So no, they're definitely, you know, and just him by himself, you know, Lil Peep, like I just said earlier, with his the way he put so much emotion and stuff into his music, or he did. Again, rest in peace. But yeah, good pick. My number 4 was Corbin, aka Spooky Black was his original name on when he first came out and started making music. Corbin, my favorite album by him is Mourn, which came out 2017, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Great album. Highly recommend it. Even, it is a sad album, but like even if you're not, listen to it for the music, the instrumentals, the lyrics. He has a great voice, I think, especially he can sing, and he's a good singer. Yeah, he just so much emotion goes into his voice when you hear him on those songs too. You can just feel like he's kind of giving everything into those songs he makes, and so. Great artist, and I think his last album was 2021, which was Ghost with Skin, I believe. Great album as well, but Mourn has to be the number 1 by him. And Corbin, he's at the same level almost, I feel like, with Young Lean as far as how they impact onto me. Corbin, especially, if you're looking for another relatable person to certain emotions and feelings, definitely listen to the Mourn album. He'll bring out a lot in there and kind of touch on certain stuff that if you just really pay attention to what he says, he's a great artist. So, and a lot of people wanting him to come back. He's kind of been quiet recently, really quiet. So we're kind of awaiting on his return, and hopefully he comes back with a good album. And so yeah. That's Corbin for number 4. Now number 5. Go ahead and tell him what you got, man.
I put Brent Faiyaz. I listen to Brent Faiyaz whenever, I don't know, I want to feel like I'm the shit,
Yeah.
But I really like his voice. His voice is amazing.
Yep.
I like the way he uses his instrumentals. I like his interludes. His interludes are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember on that album. I never got like too big into him. I did pay attention to his music drops and his albums especially. I forgot the album he dropped in like 2021 or something like
Wasteland?
that. Yes. I listened to that. I know that was like a really big awaited album and stuff by him. Because I remember he discussed it, teasing and the trailer and stuff like that.
Because he didn't drop for a while.
Yeah. So I remember listening to that because it was made a really big deal out of. What'd you think about that album?
I actually liked it.
Yeah.
I liked every single song on it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people did. Yeah, I added a few songs. I know that one like abbreviation song was like FOOTB or something like that. I don't know exactly. That was like a really popular song off the album. And speaking of the interludes, he also had a good one on there too. I know it was like him talking like in that crash or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking out over the phone and shit like that. Yeah.
Well, it's not loading, but
I see that. Yeah, I think it's like FOO something, but no, it was a good album. Brent Faiyaz, yeah, he has a really, really nice voice. I kind of relate him a lot to Abel or The Weeknd. He's kind of like he reminds me a lot of him as far as the music and stuff like that. Especially with like the voice, they're very nice to hear. You hear them come on a song and it's just a very calming and soothing and just nice voice to hear. So Brent Faiyaz, he definitely has that R&B kind of down to the point there, and he great artist, talented, great voice and stuff like that. You finding it or no?
No, I was looking at something.
Oh, okay. So yeah, good pick there. Beautiful voice. I don't mind him either. He's not on a daily listen, but I usually probably won't skip a song if he comes in shuffle. But I also don't have a whole lot added by him. So, but my number 5 was Mr. Tokyo, aka Made in TYO. He's was back, a couple years back. He kind of hasn't made anything in a while. If he does, it'll be a single here and there. But Mr. Tokyo is a very underrated artist. People kind of overlook him and stuff. He made some classics. And do you know who I'm talking about there? I'll give you some examples. He made Uber Everywhere. He made Skateboard P. He made, those are two like really popular songs by him. He made Wham. You might know him. Hold on. Let me take my phone off charge here. I'm gonna remind. Mr. Bullard. So you've never heard this song?
I've never heard that song.
Really? Or this?
Never heard that either.
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of makes a little more sense because it was like those songs kind of came out whenever I, was at like hitting that teenage years.
Oh.
So I know, we got that age gap between us. So that alone will put, the difference between you knowing that song and me, despite us not being that many years apart. But he was our Lil Pump, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
So, but okay, that's kind of disrespectful. Hold on. Like, as skill-wise, absolutely not. But he came and, made very catchy songs, and he definitely was a much better lyricist than Lil Pump. I'll retract what I said there. But to, like, relate him to
I know
that's
you
what I
mean.
meant by that.
He took over the...
Yeah. And, definitely way more talent than him. But he was also someone I kind of spent like golden years listening to, 5th, 6th grade, middle school, all the way up. I think he kind of started slowing down around my into sophomore year and stuff like that. And but he's been in the game for a long time, believe it or not. He's been doing this for a while. So, and he just had always made great songs. I know the first project I heard him on was Made in Murda with his brother, who actually makes music as well. I believe his name is Rowdy Rebel. They're brothers, I'm pretty sure, because I remember, I forget, but I'm pretty sure that's his like actual blood brother. And they made a mixtape together that was like one of the biggest things on Spinrilla, if anyone remembers that app. You ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Spinrilla, I know a lot of people my age will remember that. Huge on there. Great mixtape. If you haven't heard it, go look up Made in Murda. It's really hard to find now. I don't even think it's on Spinrilla anymore. Probably something you just have to look up on YouTube and stuff like that. SoundCloud maybe. Yeah. Tokyo, definitely, he's probably going to always be in my top 5 just because of his versatility, his diversity. He's able to just do a lot. And he's probably one of the best flow artists I've ever heard. I've never really heard anyone who has better flow than him. And that was something that was like really special to me at the time. I think that was such an impressive feature an artist can have. But so yeah, that's that. So let's go ahead and pop into the other ones. 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll probably go over these as we do it. We'll probably do it the same way. So you go ahead and let's start cranking these out, man.
Okay.
I'm ready. We're going to go ahead and get our 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 spots. There's people that, like, honestly, I probably should put on this list, but I don't want to because I don't want them to, like... I don't even know what that says, but I don't want you to tell me right now.
Okay.
Wait, show me it, though. Are you looking? Really? I have no idea who that is. I'm excited to learn. That's something. Let's see.
Well, they don't really make real music, I guess.
Was it like instrumentals?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy up here. This guy's my equivalent to Brent Faiyaz.
Okay, yeah. I see that.
Yeah. Ooh. Might have to discuss this. But I'm definitely gonna put. You already went and put. There you go. All right. Okay. In parentheses. If you have,
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean there. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm gonna have to put this guy on the list out of respect, and because honestly, I really do like his music as well. Okay.
I think I know who you're gonna put.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, let's see, man.
Yep, knew it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to put him on there. I definitely really like him too, though. I just. Putting in work, man. Oh yeah, I gotta go with. Honestly, probably should have been a little. I mean, it's probably. That is crazy. Wow.
That is crazy. What do you mean that's crazy?
This is like it's unexpected. Sorry, it's unexpected.
Like,
I
in a
just-
good way or in a bad way?
We'll get into it, man. Just not right now. My number 10 spot. I'm gonna have to give this to two different people because they both kind of ran the same amount of time. This is a bad list, though. I feel like across all genres, this is gonna make it seem like I listen to only one genre. I feel like, but not really. I promise I have a little more diversity as far as my music taste goes. It's just, and yeah, I don't even know I'm arguing that. I know so many people are the same way, so I don't really care. And this is the first one where I'm gonna have to give it to maybe two people, and I'll figure out which one out of the two.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Out of that in a second. So, oh wow, this is crazy. So there is the rest of the list. I hope that's focusing. I think it is. If not, we're going over it anyways. So tell me about your number 6. I have no
Okay.
idea who that is.
Corrupt.
Corrupt.
It's this dude.
Would you like some more water, my friend?
You can if you want to.
All right.
He makes, I guess, you know those TikTok sounds? He makes TikTok sounds, basically.
Does he really?
Yeah, he just makes long interludes or like instrumentals with
Uh-huh.
like scenes from movies in the background and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's more in depth, but I don't think.
Sounds like it's more like a really emotional sound instead of like a song.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. No, I don't know. Despite me having the whole account and posting all kinds of videos, I really don't ever scroll on TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
I follow like 12
I mean,
people.
yeah.
So I don't know that. But okay, that's cool. I didn't know. So I know exactly what type of music you're talking about though when you're talking
Talk
about
about
him.
yours, man.
Mine?
Yeah. Basically the same as my number 5. Just a different person. And isn't he signed by Drake?
OVO. Yeah, he's in the
Yeah.
yeah. He's in the label. My number 6 is Roy Woods. I think he's in a good spot on the list. Could be negotiable, maybe. But Roy Woods, yeah, to me is like Brent Faiyaz. But Roy Woods has been around for a lot longer. I love him. I mean, to me, as far as the R&B scene goes, I've argued with a professional R&B listener actually about him, and they'd argue with me that he's not an R&B artist. He's more, I don't know what he said, but he just said he wasn't R&B. And so, you know, his opinion kind of mattered because he's big in R&B and he knows who he is. But no, he's to me got like a flawless voice, better than The Weeknd, better than Brent Faiyaz and all of them. Like any of these people, like I just think there's something about his voice. Maybe it's the Canadian in him. I don't know. It's amazing, and his songs are so nice. Lyrics, the music, and everything. He's just, I don't know, great artist. Kind of the same as Brent Faiyaz as far as how you feel about him. So yeah, let's go to number 7.
Number 7, I picked Alex G or Alexander Giannicoli. Yeah, and I picked him because of I don't really know. I just like his music. It's I guess you can hit home with it, like a lot of his underground songs, like on his Alex G _offline account.
Yeah, I heard that album actually.
Yeah, and where he posts a lot of the sounds he doesn't really want to use on the normal account.
Yeah.
And my favorite album is the Race album. Favorite song is Things to Do, or
Yeah, I hear you.
and I can relate to a lot of his stuff. I don't know.
That's good, man. Yeah, I heard that album that you just said.
I have a lot of his unreleased songs that they don't even have on Spotify,
Yeah.
like in my brain, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of his music, I guess. I'm not a stan. I'm not no faker.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, never got obviously as much into him as you have. I've heard a few. I like his songs. Good artist and all of that. Don't know a whole lot, so I don't want to like share a clouded opinion. But from what I've heard, I did like it, and I know that like if I ventured more into his songs and stuff like that, I definitely would probably like what else he has out there. Just, maybe it's time, maybe it's me being lazy. I don't know. I just haven't, ventured off into him yet. So that's a good pick.
Let's talk about this one.
Yeah, we're
very
going to go back to the rap scene, of course. I'm going with Shoreline Mafia. And in parentheses, I put specifically OGZ. The reason I put that now, though, is he's definitely my favorite out of the group. And for anyone who knows them, they're not a group anymore. Recently they tried to come back, and by they I mean Phoenix Flexing and OGZ, because I believe two of them died actually from the group. Two of them got killed. I don't know. I know one of them, Draco the Ruler. I'm pretty sure he was in Shoreline Mafia. And he was in jail for a long time, and then he came out, and then he like died shortly after. And then you got Mac P Dog, who got killed really early on. So I'm pretty sure like they just got kind of wiped out. So yeah, that kind of was really sad. But like as far as their music, let's talk about Shoreline Mafia. They also ran the world a lot back in like 2018, especially. Great, songs, very talented people. Probably like for sure as far as a rap group. Best rap group talent-wise that I've ever heard. Forget Migos, forget all these other people. Shoreline Mafia, I think, just had that chemistry within each other, and just again, I'm really big on flow, and they were able to just flow on a song, dude, like it was nothing. It was crazy, and of course, OGZ was to me the most impressive one. Maybe it was his voice, maybe it was his the way he was able to rhyme so much, clear and better than the other people, but he was just something else. That dude was like he brought it up a notch in every song. Phoenix Flexing, I take nothing away from any of the other ones, even the ones who died, but whole group was great. Great group there. Great songs for sure. I'd probably say my favorite song by them, I don't know. I can't even get into that right now. Maybe C Notes, or I want to say Heavy, but that has no one else in it besides OGZ. So I don't know. Just great artists. If you haven't listened to them, you definitely should. And your number 8. Took that to a knife to the heart, of course. No, I'm just kidding. Tell them your 8, man.
I put Drake as my 8th spot. Due to the fact that he's been in the game in so long, and he just seems to impress every time.
I hear you.
Like, how old is he? Like 40?
No, not yet. He's getting there. I think he's like 30.
But he's been in the game since like 2010.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's been able to change his flow every single time, every single genre. And like, he can go on a song and be like 3 different songs at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all hear those notorious beat switches. It's a whole different discussion, but I really would like to get into it, honestly. I sit there and I'm ready to die on this hill with anyone who wants to argue with me, but Drake is the greatest artist of all time. It's point period blank. There's so many reasons as to why I can explain, and to name off a few, the simple, statistics, records, and all of these things. It's like, and the careers he's made. I mean, there's artists that are trending to this day and that blew up and had their golden era and everything because of him. You wouldn't even believe it, you know? Like, and a great example, and there's so many more, but I'm not going to get into it, but a number one example I like to bring up that a lot of people like, is Lil Baby.
Yeah, he kind of made Lil Baby.
We all know the Yes Indeed song. No one knew, and I don't care who you are, you didn't know who Lil Baby was until you heard Yes Indeed, and then people went back and started listening to Freestyle and all of these other songs and his older albums. He made him. And there's a lot of other artists that you can go by and just, look, hate him or like him, you have to give him his flowers. Yes, I know I'm biased. Yes, I know he's my literal number one. But he's also there because of how superior he is. Like you just said, he's been in the game for how long? And he's still going number one when he drops album. He's still in the top 10 on Billboard, whatever, all the time. Like, he's still running the game. He's still running the game. So you gotta respect his consistency and, like, just his diversity, man. You know, he can take you on Marvin's Room type of vibes. He can take you on Nonstop. He can take you on, like, all of these different vibes, man. He just makes you feel like a boss, bam. You know, makes you want to get in your feelings, bam. It's just Fountains, dude. Can't even get into it. Just a great artist. So good. You know, whatever. Look. Next one. Oh, well, I got to talk about my number 8. So I went with the man himself, and I think this will be a pretty good, agreeable opinion here. Mac Miller. Rest in peace. You know, great vibes, great energy from Mac Miller. He made that feel-good music. You know, you never felt bad when listening to Mac Miller. He was such a positive guy. He was pretty big on the social media and stuff, and funny. You could tell he's like a lovable guy to be around. You know, all of his friends and stuff like that would talk about him. He had Vince Staples, who he was really close with him. Loved him. You know, Mac Miller was just one of those guys that's like you would just want to be friends with him. You know, he was always happy and stuff like that. So it was heartbreaking when he passed away. You know, it was a very, very sad time for people who liked him and even people who didn't like him, because people who didn't like him knew that he was still like a good person. He really was. So yeah, as far as vibes, he's just unmatched. You know, you could sit on a beach and listen to his music. You could ride in a long car ride and listen to his music. You can really just do it anywhere. And it's a feel-good, he's a feel-good artist. My favorite album by him, and this is going to be a little controversial, I think, but Swimming. Swimming was my favorite. I know he had great other albums, the older ones. I know Swimming was like a newer one. But I liked the older Mac. People always had the difference between, you know, who he grew into as far as music. That people liked his older music. You know, the more hip hop and like younger and a lot more energy brought to his songs. And as he got older, though, he, you know, kind of took down a more real path. You know, talking about feelings a lot more and stuff like that. Dang, it's 7:47. But yeah, no, great artist. Rest in peace to the man. So let's go to number 9.
All right, this is an artist that Raul showed me, and he's already made the list.
Awesome.
Due to his, like you said, his ability to make you feel. Corbin is my 9th place. I really like the Morn album.
Yep.
A lot of great songs. I really focus heavily on the Dragged song.
Yep. Great song.
Or, what's it called? Something Safe? Yeah, Something Safe. And it's just a great album. And even the songs that are not on his album, like Control, Alt, Delete, and Diazepam.
Yep.
Those are good ones too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just...
Those are on the Ghost with Skin album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very relatable artist.
He's a very relatable artist.
Yeah.
And he makes me feel things that I...
Didn't even really know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what I was saying about him earlier. You know, Corbin, we already went over him for me, who's not my number 4. He is someone where it's like almost he'll answer those unanswered questions for you.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're confused on certain feelings and stuff like that, if you listen to his music, sometimes he'll be able to like kind of touch on them and help you, give you a little more insight. Bullard's playing with the dogs. You guys can't
Noah
see
came
him.
over
Well,
here.
there's one in the corner.
And we got Noah over here.
Yeah,
So why does she have a shirt on her?
I don't know. But, yeah, Corbin, great artist for sure. Hands down. So, we already went over him.
I feel like your 9th is basically like my 6th.
Maybe, yeah. Because, have you heard Idealism's music before? That's who my number 9 is Idealism.
Well, I get the gist of it.
Really? Yeah. So, Idealism, for those who don't know, some people might know him, but he's just an instrumental musician, pianist, really. Makes a lot of piano songs, well, really all piano songs, and it's just the things I can feel from his songs, really. And he's one of those guys where it's like you put on your headphones, whatever. You could sit there and lay on a couch and just look at the ceiling, and his music will take you places. Like, it's crazy. He's been someone who I've been around for a while. Still, I need you to move, please. Go. I've listened to him for a really long time. Great artist. Definitely look into him if you're wanting to feel that like deeper euphoric music, where it's like you're gonna really feel the music. Definitely Idealism. So yeah. Now you're number 10. That is funny, man.
How's that funny?
I'm just saying.
It's giving more mumble rapper because I guess I have a type of rap I like. I picked Playboi Carti as my 10th spot. What's wrong with Playboi Carti at the 10th?
Say nothing about
Sure.
Hey, I want you to tell me what you think about Playboi Carti.
Playboi Carti. He was like one of the first rappers I've ever listened to. I'm being honest with that one. And I just really like the Whole Lotta Red album. It was one of the best albums of all time, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes, the Whole Lotta Red album is one of the best albums of all time. And I guess it's because I like Kanye too, because Kanye's on there. Back to the Moon, great song.
I thought it was Go to the Moon.
Or same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't listened to that song in a while.
Yeah.
But he kind of like etches out like this like punk rap life that is like I kind of want to live, like the clothes he wear, the opium,
The vibes and stuff.
yeah, his label, and I just love the fact that like he's not like normal rappers, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think about Playboi Carti?
I've expressed my opinions on Cardi many times, especially when he started coming out.
I don't like that. I don't like his new, like what he's been making headlines for. But I don't like that. But
So you're absolutely right about when he came out into the scene. It was something new. People hadn't really, heard this type of music that he started bringing into.
Magnolia.
Yeah, like all of that. He was new, but honestly, I will say Cardi is. Oh my gosh, he's very aggravating for me because of the fan base.
The fan base, you don't like the fan base?
Dude, they kind of ruined him for me. Now look,
Is it because it's like a
there's so many.
cult appeal to it?
Not even. No, it's just the way they're like also ready to die behind him being like what. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But he's not in a top 5 artist discussion. As far as talent-wise, yes, he's made hits. He came in the perfect era of time where it was like you had the right
2018.
you had the right demographic of people listening to music at the time, and he just took advantage of that huge. And it was aggravating, and I know a lot of the older heads, people a little older than me and stuff, can't stand him just because when you listen to his music, put it like this. You can't compare him to Kanye West.
No.
And not so much on a hit for hit type of thing, but like Playboi Carti has no talent in his raps. That's
why he's a mumble rapper.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all very like.
It's all about the beat that he uses.
That's what I'm saying, and I've said this before, and people get mad at me. personally, I think, or really, I kind of know this. There really wouldn't be a Playboi Carti without a Pierre Bourne.
You're right.
Pierre Bourne is the reason his music has blown up, because Pierre Bourne is one of the greatest producers of all time. And so when they collab on music, he knows what Playboi Carti's energy is, his opium, whole thing like that, and he makes the beats accordingly. So it's like, it's very electric, it's very high on energy and stuff like that, and he would be no one if it wasn't for his beats.
So you're saying that his beats are the lyrics?
Yeah, because Kelly K is a song by him, and honestly, I don't mind it. It's got a hook, it's got a good catch to it, but most all of his songs are very repetitive. Like the lyrics, not like the actual songs themselves, not repeating within each other, but the lyrics, man, it's just like his hook, and he says it a lot through the song.
Oh, yeah.
He's constantly going back and forth on a hook, just repeating it the whole song, on top of a beat that is really good. So as far as talent within like lyricist goes, and like being able to put like a lot of that into a song, I rate him 0 out of 10 on that. But as far as him being smart enough to know what his fans want, he's one of the like best artists I've ever seen who kind of give his fans what they want. Not dropping. We all know he damn sure doesn't drop anything ever. But
You're so right about that.
when he does, though, it satisfies. So I think that's why the fan base is so aggravating, because they're all so ready to die behind.
How do you feel about his people that he signed, like Ken Carson? I know you don't like Ken Carson.
I don't like any of them.
What about Richard Mille?
Destroy Lonely, Richard Mille. I can't get over the fact that they all, to me, sound the same.
They all do sound the same.
They all sound like copy and paste of Playboi Carti. And I'm like, look, I don't even like him that much, so I'm not going to like, the cheaper versions of them. And again, they're probably some of the best people I've ever seen who are able to really take what it is that their fans like about them so much and just capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Everyone likes the opium vibes they bring, and what do? They are all like really big opium, they're really into that.
They're making a whole like generation.
That's what I'm saying, with like, the way they dress and the way their music is and their videos and like their social media is like, yeah, I get it. So I mean, but it's just, oh man, he's someone that I've argued with so many people about, and that's what's really made me like start to really not like him, is his fans, man. They're so just
what does his average fan look like?
Oh my gosh. All black, Rick Owens.
Oh no.
Oh my, wearing glasses at night all the time. Look, I got nothing against like the appearance of him. It's just there's so many people are just like so diehard on him being one of the greatest artists of all time. That's not true.
That's
not
why
true.
He's on my 10th.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I respect it. I understand where you're coming from. I understand why you think he's, right there, and that's valid. So, enough of him. I'm about to throw up thinking about it. Let's get into my number 10. I had a tie between...
I don't really understand the second person. I don't really understand that.
On this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll explain why on that. So, 10, I put Nav or the girl herself, the first girl on the list.
Ever.
Yeah. And look, I understand. Yeah, I do.
She's not really a girl either.
Yeah, that too. Is between Nav or Young Ma? Young M.A.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Look, I know that, but it's the impact that they had on me. Nav, his Perfect Timing album, it's got to be up there and like at top 20 album of all time. His Metro Boomin and Nav, that collab on that album, it was a generational hit, man. I can't tell you, it was everyone listening to that. And when he came out, a lot of people didn't like him because they didn't like his voice. He had a very, like,
high pitch.
Yeah, kind of, and it sounded a lot like SpongeBob, but he's undeniably, he's really talented. Or he was. I'll say that. I think I have no shame in admitting that he's not as good as he used to be. He also
Does he
doesn't
still drop? Yeah, I was about to say.
No, not really.
Music?
I think the last album was like 2020, 2021, something like that. But no, he had a great run though, and I can't deny his talent. He was someone who was good. He was good with rhyming. He's good with lyrics and stuff like that, and his flow was really nice too. And then into Young Ma, I feel the same way about her. You know, we know the Ooh song.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, and that
Yeah.
was a bop. You know, everyone was listening to that. And then you know, of course, that's a really good song. And then I got into like all of her other albums, the Her Story, the Red Flu or something like that. Great albums. They were great albums. They had great songs on it. Same set. You know, you had all of these. And she just had a generational run for me as well. She was always in like a daily routine listen, and very, very catchy. Obviously now, not so much. She doesn't make any more music really, and she's just not kind of, you know, doing her thing anymore. And as ashamed as I am to put a woman on the top 10.
You put a stud up there.
God, no.
Put a damn stud.
That sounds sexist, but it is.
I believe that. I
No.
don't mind that. Like, women, in my opinion, do not make good music.
Well, you
I'll
heard
say
it
that.
here, folks.
I'll say that. I'll die on that hill.
You ready to stand behind that?
I'm standing behind that. You
Hey.
can't even move me with that statement.
I'll get behind that. I'll stand right there with you, my friend. But I have to, you know, she's barely a girl.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's why you probably like her, because she has the same feel as a guy would.
Yeah.
She has that, like, I don't know, big 30 feel to her.
Yeah. And when I first started listening to her, I had no idea she was a girl.
I didn't either until, like, I heard her voice. I was like, wait, this is a
Yeah. So, yeah, Ma, definitely there. Great songs. So I think we're gonna leave it at the top 10. Kind of running out of time here, but I think this was a good list. As far as readjusting it, I mean, yeah, if I, you know, negotiated or discussed with someone, like kind of rearrange my list, it probably could be. I think for sure my top 2 would be set in stone though. Wouldn't move those. You know.
I don't know. I think number 2 is going to stay the same over time. Mm-hmm. And I think 6 will definitely move up. 7 move up. 8 move up. 9 move up. That's going to drop down.
Yeah. Unless you drop
6 is
an album,
definitely going to move up. 5 will definitely drop. Little People move. Pump will fall. I think Lucky will stay the same.
Really? Yeah. I like that, man. That's good. I think that's a good list. You know, we had a good conversation about the music. I'm glad we got that out there. Had some controversial takes for sure. But for the most part,
That's what it's all about.
Do what?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, for the most part, we agreed on most of the artists. You know, we had some
Who's
good
that
picks.
bald dude that has that mustache that reviews music?
Oh, Fantano.
Yeah, like, if he saw this video, he's gonna be like, oh my god. Here's
Yeah.
the worst takes of my life.
Definitely not approved by Fantano. I think that's his name. But I appreciate the time, Mr. Bullard.
Of course, anytime.
You know, and back to the future. I'm gonna get more people on the videos, and I'm gonna get some more funny stuff to try. Sour, hot, whatever.
Smelly.
Yeah, we're gonna get those, and yeah, we're gonna have more people on the videos eventually. Again, just trying to organize schedules and stuff like that. And hopefully the production's gonna be slightly better now, you know, with the microphones, and I fixed my stabilizer. I'm hoping I can pick up a third person to help me out with this stuff. I need an editor really badly. I don't have the niche for it. I can't figure it out, and it's hard for me. So I know if I put enough time into it, I could probably get it, but it's just, I'd rather have someone. So, but yeah, appreciate watching if anyone's made it all the way through, because this is now going to be an hour-long video.
It's an hour long?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, appreciate it. And yeah, I'm back. We're so back, man.
That's good.
Mr. Bullard.